Okay, folks, we're back in Vintage Story. I'm working on cooking a little bit of food before I head up to go and see about capturing those sheep and chickens by rebaiting our traps. And I'm also going to see if I can't kill that moose while I'm up there. So we're gonna try a few things. But anyways, I'm going to finish cooking up and getting ready to go and drop off some of my extra supplies here because I will want the boards and the flint, but I don't need the bones. Keep the grass and that. Okay, I'll keep all this. The reason I'm reorganizing this is because if I'm going to capture the animals, I'm gonna have to probably remove a backpack or something at some point. But anyways, I'll bring it back when we get out there. Well, this is interesting. I've encountered one of the bighorn sheep down here, really far away from where my sheep trap is, so I may have to actually just completely redo my sheep trap. Got another wild boar here. I was tempted to hunt him there for a second, but I decided not to. I've been hunting wild boars I've been encountering that aren't the ones I've captured. Simply because they've been a good source of meat and hides during winter here. And they're out and about looking for food. But let's see here. Let's focus on the sheep. Okay. Sheep trap is rebaited, but I'm not sure the sheep haven't moved. I am not seeing any of them up here near where I built my trap. Oh, the moose is still here. So I hope the sheep are still around too. I mean, I know some of them moved down the mountain. Here comes one. Alright, alright. Let's get out of his way. We don't want to stop him from falling into the trap there. So we're gonna move on. Looks like the moose is going in. I'm probably gonna have to kill that moose once it goes in the trap there. Which is fine, because the moose is going to be a huge amount of food and meat and hides. I'm gonna, as much as it's wasting some of my bait for my trap, as long as I get the sheep, I don't care. Yeah, there goes one of the sheep towards the trap. Explore over here, see if I can't find... Because I haven't actually explored this area, so I'm just gonna... Oh, hello, we have a fruit tree of some kind. What do we have? We have another pear tree. Right here. Look at that. We'll do fruit. Here we go. There we go. And I'm going to leave this one because it says vernalized. That means it will produce fruit next year. So what we'll do is we'll wait till next fall, harvest the pears, and then we'll come take our cuttings. More quartz. Don't care about quartz. What do we have here? Got some rye. I'll mark the rye. For now, why not? Something to do while we wait to see if our sheep go into the sheep pen that we've built. I'm going to sneak up over here and see if we've captured our friendly little sheep. We're going to circle wide, just so that if they're not in the pen, we don't spook them, because we don't want to scare them away from it. Yeah, I'm circling wider than I probably need to. That's okay. Let's take a look here. We should be able to see it just over this hill here. Should be right up ahead. There's the moose. Moose is moving for it. We're going to go into sneak mode, which you do by holding shift. We're going to sneak up on our trap here. Let's see if we can't get a look into it. Alright, so looks like we have a moose, maybe. So I don't see the moose. Just going to knock this down here. Let's see here. I definitely see a moose and one sheep. Now, this won't do. Oh, we got 2 sheep. So we got a male and a female. Alright, we're about to find out if the moose can escape. It looks like the answer is no. Oh, we got 3 sheep. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to use my spear and see if I can't get rid of this moose. Come here, moose. Oh god. I'm in here. Yep, that is not what I wanted. Okay. Ooh, I almost died. I'm gonna bandage up real quick. Well, we've caught them, now I just gotta get rid of the moose. Okay, let's try this again here. Moose, I need you to, like, hold still. Moose is not gonna hold still. Come on, moose. Come here. There we go. That's a hit. And the good news is, crouching like this, you shouldn't fall off the edge. Okay. It's gonna be slow, but we're gonna get him. But he's worth so much meat and hide. I've never actually killed a moose. There we go. Beautiful. Can I harvest him from here? Oh, I can. I can just barely reach him. Oh, but he's so far away. Hold on. I don't know. Alright. Okay, that might not be. Let's try this one, if I can get this one. There we go. Got him now. Hi, don't mind me. I just need these parts. You all behave yourselves. Alright, good goats. Alright, sheep. Sheep. Alright, sheep acquired. Now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna get them down to the farm. But I also still need to build a barn for them, but we've got them now. Essentially, they'll stay in there basically indefinitely. Because kind of one of the rules is that as long as there's like light available, which we have light during the day, they won't despawn. If they're ever in the dark for like a full day or two, they'll despawn, which is why you cannot fully enclose your animals without a light source in the pen with them. So if you ever build a barn and your animals despawn for some reason, you don't know why, it's because you didn't put light in there with them. Put a lamp in there, put a oil lamp in there, just something to give them a little bit of light, and it'll be fine. That's the trick. What do we have here? Rye and some turnips. Rye. Just look and see what crops we've got here. See if any of them are harvestable, because I definitely saw some turnips over here ready to be grabbed. Yeah, I'm still foraging in winter, even though it's not a great time for it, just because I can. If the forage is there, might as well take it. Man, like, a bunch of turnips right there. I can actually use that for my animals, too. Let's throw that in here. Alright, let's get down here to our chicken crap now, and see if we can't get a few more chickens. If we can do that, we'll be good. Because what I want to do, start taking the chickens over to our chicken coop. Because they're a little more critical to me than the sheep. The sheep that's going to be kind of a slow project to get them moved in, because I still got to build a place to put them. Which, you know, won't take too long, but it's got to be done first. And I got to figure out how I'm going to transport them. They're also not, like, fast to breed. Alright, what's this? Got some flax here. None of it's grown, though. That's okay. There's my chickens there. Need to change the color on that. We'll make that red. I can see it better. Alright, let's check our chickens. See if anybody else fell into our little trap here. Alright, chickens are still here. Hey guys. Why don't y'all have a little bit more food? There we go. We're going to throw some food in there. The other thing I'm going to do is, like... I'll actually leave that there. We're going to back off a little bit. Give them some time to calm down. And see if we can get the other chickens to come back. Because I know there's a rooster and some more hens wandering around. We've got a rabbit coming in. Really need a rabbit. Where are you at, rabbit? Yeah, rabbit. Sorry. I'm just going to stop this problem before it becomes a problem. Sorry, little rabbit. But you're about to eat meat that wasn't, or food that wasn't meant for you. Alright. Did I bring an axe? I did not bring an axe with me. I was going to say, one of the things I could do while I'm waiting is cut down some firewood. I could still do. Actually, what I'll do is I'll clear out some of these branches. Make it easier to see in here, since this seems to be where I'm getting my chickens. That's it. More pigs. Don't really need... I mean, take the pigs. What was that? I saw one right through here. Kind of slow, like... Looked like a pig. I just realized I left my lantern back at base. Unfortunate. Good thing I always carry a torch. Saw something over here. It is a pig. Hello, pig. Yeah, I don't want you eating my food either, pig. Sorry. Alright. Well, we're getting lots of meat and hides. Alright. Back to clearing my branches. Oh. Anyways, I'll bring you all back when we check on the chickens here in a bit. May have to pass some time. Okay, so due to a disaster of my own, sort of my own making and just random happenstance, the basket trap I was trying to use to capture the chickens has failed and been destroyed by the pig, I think. So I'm gonna have to go make a new one, and also in attempting to recover the supplies for said basket trap, the pig has beat the heck out of me, so I'm gonna go get the supplies to make a new basket trap. I ended up staying here overnight, threw down a bed, put down a little campfire to keep warm. But I'm gonna go work on getting a new basket trap made, and I'll be back. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, because the pig also gave me a thorough beating. That and the chickens escaped from the pen, so I'm having to recapture them again. They're still in the area, though. So. Okay. So, after much effort, we've recaptured the chickens, and we have a whole bunch of them this time. And I've put a fence in this time to prevent any future escapes. And I think what we're going to do now is go back and get my trap, because I did make a new trap. Let's feed my character. I also had to fight, like, 3 wild boars that apparently gathered up over here earlier. They were apparently upset at the fact that I'd captured a piglet. See, there's one over there in the bushes. Let's see if we can't capture that piglet. That way the pigs will quit freaking out and attacking me. There we go. Alright. I'm going to go get... I have a trap that I've put out over here for chickens. We're going to go grab it real quick and see if we can't use it to deal with our lone piglet that's out there. Because if we can capture that piglet and get it back to our barn, it'll grow up. We can figure out if we need to put it into the boar section or whatnot, because unfortunately it doesn't, and this is something I think would be nice, is if it would tell you if the piglets are male or female when you get them. Same with like the other baby animals of various types. So there's the chickens. Where's my trap? I had a trap right around here somewhere. I put out. Did they destroy said trap? Or am I not far enough over? I think I'm not far enough over. I think the trap's further down this way. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel like the traps should be like right around here. Where is that trap? There it is. Oh, we caught a hen. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we can throw out. We can throw out these ladders. Gotta make space here, so we need to throw out the fencing. Ladders. That's a bear over there chasing that rabbit. That's a real problem. I'm gonna throw out the soil. See here, these bones. These bone arrows. Alright, there we go. So now we can take that off, and now we can get this. There we go. So we've got a chicken. We've got our first chicken. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get back base without becoming bear food. Okay, so let's get going. We'll try going around this way. I'm a little worried about said bear, especially because I'm out of healing items right now. We'll just have to keep an eye out for the bear. So we are in zero condition to fight a bear. But we've got our first chicken, folks. It's just a hen, so we're not going to get more chickens from said chicken, but we will get eggs. I did actually get an egg. There's some bunnies. Hello, bunnies. Goodbye, bunnies. Your meat is unfortunately very valuable. Bunnies. That one went off into the depths. Unfortunate for Bunny. Goodbye, bunnies. Alright, let's get my sword out, just in case things get bad. Because if worse comes to worse, I could always make a dash for the lake. And try to fight the bear in the water, which I've done. Actually, well, I don't have the inventory space for it. Unless I could do that. I did see the bear going this direction, but I don't know where it went. It was chasing a rabbit. There's a deer out there. So we got to keep our eyes open. Oh, there's found the bear. More accurately, it found us as well. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my god. But we found the bear. Okay, well, let's see here. We're going to take that, and we're going to take this here. Nope. We're going to take this, and we're going to take the fat. We're not going to worry about the bones. But my goodness, folks. Little bear fight to wake you up in the morning, right? Ooh. That's why you should stay near water or carry like a stack of dirt with you, because you could also, you know, to use an old term, you could nerd pull your way out of it as well if you get high enough up. Just got to get up like 4 blocks, and the bear can't hurt you. Or, you know, again, water, because the bear has trouble. Well, all the animals, the bears, wolves, everything that's aggressive, has trouble swimming and attacking at the same time. where you can backpedal and swing your sword just constantly. So, you know, in an emergency, fight the animal in the water is a completely valid tactic. Just don't let yourself drown. Alright, but there we go. We have captured a rabbit. We have, a hen. We have some extra bear meat and stuff. So, this has been a very good trip, even if we didn't get exactly what we wanted done. But we made progress, though. So let's get back and let's put our hen in the hen house here. The hen's going to kind of freak out on us a little bit. That's alright. Actually, I need to empty my inventory first. Otherwise, I won't be able to put the hen down. Well, actually, no. I should be able to put the hen down. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our hen house. Open our door here. There we go. So, remember, chicks over there, hens in here, rooster over there once we get a rooster. And we're going to go ahead and put some food down for the hen. There we go. And that'll hold like 8 servings of food. And then if we hold control, it'll scroll over to where our hen is. And we can just do this. And there's our hen. And what we can do is we can actually just like go like across here maybe. Oh no, that's not going to work. I'm sitting here trying to think of like what can I do to make it so the hen won't come running out the door when I'm in here doing work, but this might take a little bit more redesign, but that's fine. The hen will stay in there for now because the hen's going to keep trying to run away from us for now. But anyways, so there we go. That's the hen. And once you capture one in a basket like that, you only have 24 in-game hours to put them out of the basket. Otherwise, you'll get a dead hen instead of a living hen. But it's alright, because we have our first chicken, folks. It's a beautiful thing. There's some more fencing. I'm going to put that fencing somewhere. I'm going to put that fencing over here. That's your fencing. There we go. Put the torch there. Put the backpack back on. And we can turn this back into a basket trap with a stick. There we go. Basket trap. Beautiful. Alright. And I did find a little bit of flax while I was out and about. Alright. And for my meat pile, we have a bunch of meat right there. Look, 9 days. 6 days on that one. The bush meat lasts longer. I'll put the fat in here for now, too. And these small hides in here. And these medium pelts in here. And this large pelt in here. There we go. Beautiful. And I'll put these turnips away that I found. And then this bear hide, I also need to put in here for now. Because that's gonna become, well, I'm back and forth between do I make it into leather, or do I make it into more bear armor, basically. Because I could make it into more bear armor. Tough call. Oh, these are ready. Alright, so now we have these pelts. We can make our jacket. Behold, our jacket. So we can put this on. There it goes. Oh, our commoner set was pretty good. And see, that's going to give us an extra bit of warmth there. But still, there we go. That gives us a nice protection against the cold now. I can put these hides away. Unfortunately, the pelts, once processed like that, that's pretty much all you can do with them. Put my shirt in here with my other clothes. Alright. I'm going to do some general work around the base. And I'll bring you back in the morning after we've gotten kind of healed up and whatnot. We'll see if we can't go do something about getting some more of these chickens and stuff down to the base, because we need a rooster. So we're going to see if we can't capture a rooster. And we also want to see if we can't get one of the pigs down, or some of the pigs and stuff. And then, well, I guess it's going to be, see if we can't get a place built for the sheep. So I'll see you all in the morning, and we'll see what happens. Alright, folks, we're back in the morning. One of the things I forgot is over the couple of days I've been out trying to capture these animals, my jugs finished. And when I got back, I was also discovered that my wine finished. So I've got red currant wine, and I've got cranberry wine. So let's go ahead and get the red currant wine, and each one of these jugs will hold 3 liters. 4. Alright, so there we go. Yep, each one holds 3 liters. And we can put these jugs over here on this shelf. There we go, look at that. That will keep that red currant juice fresh for 4.9 years. And it's also in the jugs. It just looks nice. Now we could also take that and we could get a distillery built, which we will eventually build a distillery. We could refine that down even further and make distilled alcohols from it. And then we could even use that to make something called aquavitae, which is basically super hyper distilled alcohol. If I was going to put that in real world terms, I'd call it like either Everclear or something along those lines, something that's like 90% alcohol. And you can use that to make the highest healing bandages in the game. The problem is they dry out on you. They only last for an hour before they're no good anymore. And oh, our compost finished as well, folks. Look at that. Okay, our compost finished. So where is our high fertility soil? There it is. So I'm going to move this bag. I'll just put this bag over here. We're going to put that bag somewhere else. We're going to put this compost next to our high fertility soil, because what we can do here, I'm going to put this up here, is we're going to take some of these bones here. And since we have a windmill that works, we're going to go drop these off in the windmill on our way to go work on the animals some more. Because I think we're going to start spraying with some Terra Petra. Because we can take this, get these bones grinding. Yeah, see, they're just being slow. That'll get us some Terra Petra. Because I think it's... No, we'll check the recipe later. Anyways, let's go see what we can do about these animals here. And meanwhile, I'm going to go see about getting some more cattails to make a few more basket traps to see if we can capture more of the chickens in one go here. But I'll see you in a minute. Also, if I brought bait for the trap. So, I have to go back anyways. Alright, folks. I managed to get some basket traps in here, and I caught a couple of things. I've got a piglet in one, and a hen, and I've also got a rooster. So I'm going to run back to base here real quick and see if we can't get these guys dropped off. Because right now I can only carry one at a time because I'm carrying too much stuff in my inventory. So we're going to have to make some inventory adjustments so I can grab the other 2 in one go here. Because if I can get that piglet back, that would be fantastic. The other thing I need to do... There you go. I hear wolves. They're going to be running. One wolf. Started this. Alright. Looks like it was just one wolf. But that's one more wolf than I needed to deal with in the middle of the night. Pretty sure there was a second one because I thought I heard 2. Alright. Wolf dealt with. Alright, running with sword out and lantern in hand instead. Alright, let's get this rooster delivered to the rooster spot. Then we can actually start producing our own chickens. And I could just, like, release the chickens and all that are up there if I wanted to. Or just kill them, I suppose. For extra meat and poultry and feathers. I could actually make some arrows. Some real arrows. But flax is still growing. Okay. Second there, I thought it was more mature flax because I have the inventory slots dedicated to it. That's part of why my inventory is too full. I can't help myself when I see mature flax. I grab it. It's a bad habit, I know, but it's also useful because flax. Alright, let's see here. Chickens are over here. Yes, yes, I hear you. Cluck, cluck. How you doing? Yeah, that's right. You stay right in there. Alright, so we have a rooster. Very frightened rooster. Yes, I know you're a frightened rooster, but it's okay. We're gonna clear that up. Okay, there we go. Got him. Pick this up. There we go. Hen and rooster, and look, we even got some eggs. There we go, we got 3 eggs. Look at that. No, they're not fertilized, so... because they didn't have the rooster yet, but there we go. So, first eggs, a hen and a rooster. I'm going to go back and get the rest here. I'm going to put these eggs into storage. Yeah, I'll put the eggs in here with the meat for now. Put that in there. There we go. Meat in here. And the hides in here. My goodness. This is like the best look we've had on meat in a while. Go ahead and turn this into another reed basket trap so we can just put it out and about while we're out. There we go. I'm going to offload some things here. Oh good, we have some tannin going here. We're going to take these 2 huge hides and throw them in our tannin. And just get that going. There we go. Just doing our processing while we can. Before I go back and get those animals. There we go. Oh, this needs to go in here. I don't know why that wasn't in there. There we go. Then I'll put this basket trap in here. Put that in there. There we go. Because what I can do is take this firewood. Go. Because we're going to need another stack of charcoal soon anyways. There we go. The start of our stack. And then to restock our kitchen. Yep. Come on. Put it down. There we go. And then I'll just put my extra wood in here. As we offload things. Keep the backpack in here. This down there. Put the bones over here. Okay. Should probably also eat. My character is hungry. And there, right as I said, right there. There we go. I've actually been very pleased with the amount of meat I've been pulling out of my trip to go and get these chickens and things. Put that there. Alright, I'm going to go back and get the rest of these chickens. There we go. 2 things should do it there. Get the chicken, get the piglets. And I'll be back in a second. Should probably carry my sword though, just the way I keep getting jumped on this run. Okay. I also learned something when I was picking up that piglet that I've caught. It does actually tell you if it's male or female, so I'll be able to determine where I want to put this piglet in my pig farm, which it's going to go in the female section of the pig farm. So, I stand corrected. Alright. I just need a boar. If I can get a boar, pig farm is up and running. Alright. Piglet and chickens are in the thing. I definitely need to do a little more work on my chicken pen, I think. I think I'm going to need to, like, expand this section out. Like, I think what I need to do is move this entire fence line back here, expand it so I can put a fence line across there. And what I think I'll do is move the gates to the end here so that I can get easier access, and maybe move the food dish back as well. So these are changes I'm going to have to make, but there we go. But we got our first piglet, and our chickens, and now I can make these back into reed basket traps. And we're going to make one more run back to go get the rest of our, hopefully, captured animals. Because the more we capture right now, the less we have to deal with later, and I can go just do something with the other captured animals that I have. So, I'll see you again in a second. Alright, folks. I managed to capture one more hen. I'm going to leave the traps there for now. Well, I don't really want to because I just got a notification that there's a heavy temporal storm coming in. And I really don't want to stay out here through that. Because we are not prepared for that kind of thing. I hear a raccoon. Well, there's that piglet. And that's a male, too. Okay, well, rabbit, your food. Alright, there we go. I need to capture that piglet. Where'd he go? Piglet? Oh, he's up there. I wish I could just grab him. It'd be nice if I could just grab him. Come here, bud. No? Actually, can I chase you into the thing over here? Because if I could capture that piglet, that'd be great. Now, see, they destroyed this one. Yeah, I heard you. Unfortunately, it's not enough to remake the trap as far as, like, parts go. Now, I think I'm just going to take my one chicken and go while they sit here out here for the storm. Can't waste too much more time on it. Alright, well, I'm going to head back to base and drop off this hen. And then I'll see about weathering the storm. I'm also going to have to do something about lights in there during the storm because we don't want drifters and things spawning in there. Not that they'll attack the animals, but that would be bad for us because, you know, they tend not to despawn. Carrots, turnips. I'm also hoping I don't run into the other wolf I heard earlier. That's the problem with those reed basket traps, is that the animals, particularly the adult animals, will sometimes crush them and destroy them. Keep checking that one flax I keep running by. But we do now have a working chicken farm. Yes. I know chickens. This is a hen, right? Yep. There's a hen. There we go. Alright. And see, those are for legs. 5 more days, we'll have some chicks. And we'll see if our design actually works. That'll keep them busy for a bit. Alright. And here we got our little piglet. How you doing, little bud? You got some food in there? Yeah? Yeah, he's got good weight. Tappy little piglet. Alright. I'm going to go get inside before this temporal storm hits, because I'd rather not be outside for that. That and also need more food for my character anyways, so. Close that up. Close this up. Let's see here. Drop off this flax grain. Then decide what we're going to eat. There we go. Drop that off. Put my backpack's back on. Go. I think we will have some pie. So we'll pick up this pie. Come out here, we'll put it on this wooden table. And we'll get our knife out. This is how you get pie. So we've got the pie. Now we just right-click it with our knife, and boom, it slices up nicely. Now it's fresh for 7 days, and it gives us, 240 grains satiety and 300 vegetable satiety, because it is a vegetable pie. And then we can just chow down on this lovely pie like this. And look at that. There we go. Fills us up nicely. Alright, I'll bring you back after the temporal storm comes through. Or maybe we'll call it there for now. Because, we've had a fairly productive day. So, and one of the things I'm thinking about doing is, we left that large trap with the other pigs. Well, I'm thinking about moving that over there to the sheep and using that to capture the baby sheep. But I still need to build a sheep house over here somewhere for the sheep. And obviously, it's going to have to be taller than the chicken coop and the boar pen, because those sheep can obviously get over a much higher distance, as we saw. Yep, these things, they've right up on me. Sitting here wondering why these crops won't finish when they're so close. Because they dried up. That'd be why. Wintertime is very hard on crops. As it's supposed to be. There we go. Fill this back up. Cool. Actually, I should go check on the pigs real quick. I'm gonna go check on the pigs real quick that I captured before and see how they're doing. Because if they've already had their piglet and I've already captured it, then I can just get my trap immediately. Especially if it's a male pig. If it's a male pig, I may be done capturing pigs and just call it there and just breed my way into more pigs. Bring that. Okay, I'm just gonna take my trap. Oh, God, bear. 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 Oh God, bear. And I don't have any deep water to hide in. We're gonna run. 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 Running. I don't know if bear's chasing me. Bear was chasing me. Whoo! Ooh, come here, bear. Come here. Come on, you started this. Come on. Yeah, actually, you know what? We got a better plan. I have all of these spears. Let's do it this way. Where'd you go, bear? Yeah, where you at? Where you at? I saw you. Where'd you go? And the temporal storm is starting. Yeah. Bears. Where'd the bear go? Bear? There he is. He is just like all over the place over here. Come on, bear. Where you at? Where you at? There you are. Here he comes. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta lead him back to the house. There you go. Come on. Do you follow me? There. Yeah, we need to get inside. Put that in here to keep us safe. Anyways, I'll bring you back after the temporal storm ends, and hopefully we can deal with bear. Now that's something interesting I've never seen before. There's apparently some sort of weird giant cylinder thing floating through the sky over there. I saw it when it passed between me and this giant cog that we're seeing in the background here. Seeing if I can change the angle on it here. You can just barely see it right there where my cursor is. I think it's supposed to be like a giant tuning cylinder, but that's very strange. For those who haven't seen a heavy temporal storm before, this is what a heavy temporal storm looks like. I mean, look at my farmland; it just looks crazy out there. And you don't want to be out in this; you'll be mauled quickly by the nightmare creatures out there. Anyways, we continue waiting this out and bring you guys back when it's over. Alright, and just like that, the temporal storm's ending, and you can see creatures are still out there for a moment, but they will fade as our temporal stability increases. Just hope there aren't any in the chicken coop. But yeah. Yeah, it got us down to like 40% temporal stability there. Anybody still out here? Yeah, see the bowthorn's still out there. You still have that bear out there in theory. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my charcoal grinding for the Terra Petra. But for now, I'll wait for those creatures to finish going away. I'm going to stack some more firewood. Alright, folks, we're back at the thing. And I've managed to catch the piglet, which is good, because that's what I wanted. And the piglet is male. So I'm taking back my feeding trough. And I'm taking back the piglet. And we're going to go put the piglet in the boar area. And I went ahead and killed the other animals in here because I don't need the other pigs anymore. Because that means I'm going to have a breeding pair in theory. So I'm going to go put it at home. And we're going to get it fed up. And fattened up. And making more pigs. Alright. And I also put down the other trap. Just to see if I could catch this one. But I'm going to leave him be. We'll leave him be for now. But I'm going to head down back to base here. Because if I can capture that piglet, yeah, it'll be pretty good. I don't know if the piglets have to have their quote-unquote parents still nearby, or if they just have to be fed and kept safe. So we're going to find out, because I may have messed this up. We'll see. We will see. I mean, if I have, I still have those other two pigs. Which is okay, because my primary goal is chickens, which we've gotten now. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get the sheep. I'm going to have this trap. But actually, I will head up here to the trap, to the sheep. Where are the sheep? Sheep are way up there. And we'll deal with sheep later. It's getting kind of late out. I don't need to run into another wolf or something. I'm having to do a lot of fighting. Here we go. We got another boar. Which is some more meat and fat and hides. Here we go. This is really setting us up nicely for leather. Because we'll need leather to make better armor and stuff. I wouldn't mind some leather armor just for wandering around the base and stuff. But there we go. Alright. We're back at base. Hopefully the bear hasn't moved back up towards my house. Because that's the other thing we're going to have to deal with soon. Alright, so we've got our male pig. Let's see if we can't get in here. Get him dropped off. Yep, there's that one. Okay, so... Yep, frightened male piglet. We're gonna... go. Alright. There we go. Clear that up. Let's get you some food. I'm gonna go get you some food, bud. The snow is becoming a real problem. There we go. Let's see here. I'm gonna just throw these traps in here for the moment. There we go. Forgot to close that. Alright, let me go get some food for the piglet. I'll put away this meat that I got and these sides. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and tan this bear hide. For some extra replacement bear armor. There we go. Cool. Now let's go get some flax to feed our lovely piglets and stuff. Put away this poultry. Go. Got some eggs. We can make some scrambled eggs, folks. Some bone meal. Alright. With those feathers, put those in here for now, because this is kind of where I've been keeping my arrow making supplies anyways. There we go. Alright. I still don't see the bear, which is good. Probably back out on the lake, because that's the way he'd be kind of wandering. Snow again. Alright. Let's get you some food, Mr. Piglet. There you go. You're good. You up too? There you all go. I was gonna go make sure the bear's not in here with my chickens. So that would be terrible. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. There. Chickens are fed. I do need to feed the rooster, but he'll be alright for now. Last thing I'm going to do before we call it an episode is I'm going to come up here and check my windmill. It's made one more thing of bone meal, but that's fine. We're going to put this in here. We're going to get it grinding some charcoal. Hopefully the wind will help with that. So we can get our Terra Petra made, our first set ever of Terra Petra, which what I think I'll probably end up doing is instead of just replacing farmland here, I think I'm just going to expand the farm. So that, you know, going into spring here, we'll have a bigger farm. I'm also kind of standing here, just seeing if I see the bear out there. So, I think we're going to call it there, folks. We've had a very successful episode. We've gotten chickens, we've gotten pigs now. We should have a breeding set of both. nice and secured. Now we just got to get the sheep. But first we're going to have to build a place for them. So thank you all for joining me in Vintage Story again. Winter is moving on. We are on January 7th. There's 9 days in a month in my world. So we got 2 more days in January, then we'll get into February. And things will continue to warm up. And we'll start getting into spring proper. But thank you all. And I just want to say thank you all for watching these videos. Thank you all for commenting. Thank you all for subscribing. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and click that subscribe button and notifications and all that. And thank you to my Patreons who throw me a few dollars to make life easier. Appreciate you guys. You're great. And you all have a great one, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Thank you, and good night.